everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's a bit random having a saucepan and a frying pan here, but there's a reason. You know on the channel that it's all about health wellness. We do nice treatments, we talk about products, we talk about relaxation and massage. And I also love talking about food and nice food, which is also healthy, which leads me on to this video. And I want your input and I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you actually cook your food in? So these are new and I'll explain in a moment, but part of me trying to improve health, improve wellness is changing my cookware because, and I'll show you, I have always used non-stick and I've never even thought about it, but this is what happens to non-stick. Now this is actually less than 2 years old, right? It's a saute pan. You use all the correct implements. You don't use metal on it, you don't scratch it, but bit by bit, the non-stick starts to fade away. Now, I had heard years ago, but I'll be honest, I hadn't paid much attention about the whole Teflon thing, the whole chemicals in your non-stick coating, but I just didn't really take it on board. And then I think there's a light bulb moment where you're making decisions, you're maybe a little bit more engaged with an industry or a situation or a product, and you think, oh, actually now I am interested. And normally I'd just have replaced the non-stick with another non-stick, but this time I realised, no, you should do your research, stop ignoring things. And what I discovered was that non-stick, now I'm saying this right, I don't have the answers, but non-stick, whilst it is safe and whilst they have modified it because there were chemicals in it previously that weren't safe, it's still very much an area with a lot of discussion. So some people say, no, it is perfectly safe, you're absolutely fine, just make sure you don't cook it too high a temperature. Other people say, nope, I wouldn't use non-stick. The fragments can get into your system, it can cause all sorts of problems, it can be a build-up over time. It was enough to make me think, right, I'm not going non-stick anymore. But then I was looking for ceramic. That's difficult to find. There was one ceramic brand that was purely ceramic, got great reputation, hundreds of pounds. So you would have to be quite well off to actually buy an entire range of cooking materials, cooking utensils, forget it. So then I did my research and I thought, right, I'll get ceramic, but the truth is it's coated. So this is ceramic, it's brand new, it's coated. But again, the jury is out on a lot of these too, because now again, it says healthy on it. I know that's marketing. Healthy ceramic non-stick, right, I get that. But the minute it says healthy, I think, right, you're selling to me because you want me to buy that. Again, there are people arguing about this. So I settled on these because they are ceramic, but they've got a coating which is apparently quite neutral. So it's now they said zero chemical, but that's part of the argument because everything's a chemical. And also some people say, oh, it's not 100% how they would market it, just be aware. But I went for ceramic. I couldn't get purely ceramic because the one that I wanted, or the one that would be amazing, is based in America. So to get it sent over here, number one, you've got to win the lottery. Number two, you're going to get customs and you're going to get duty and all those things. So what I discovered, which is why I would love your input, is that I can't use stainless steel because for me, I'm allergic to nickel. And apparently, and again, I'm saying all this, not an expert, I'm not telling you, I'm saying to you what I've read. So don't think that I'm saying to you this coming from an area of expertise. It's reading reports, reading research, reading forums. I've read that stainless steel, because it's got nickel in it and chromium and iron, it can leach these things into your food. Now, for most people, that won't be an issue, or it might not even be a factor. But I'm allergic to nickel, so it's not something that I even wanted to consider because I don't know what would happen if it was over a long time, it was a build-up. So I had to remove stainless steel as an option. You could continue to buy non-stick, and some people suggest that you would buy non-stick, and I'll show you this one again, bearing in mind that this is under 2 years old, and some people are saying buy non-stick, and then what you can do is replace it yearly before it cracks or peels or flakes. So you're talking about an investment there, because if you're maybe 20 or 30 pounds per item, that could rack up. These were part of a set, so I'll actually insert some of the unboxing. and the set was over £100, but it was on special offer for £75. But a lot of the time with the sets, they include the cooking implements, utensils as part of it. So sometimes you don't want the extra spoons or palette knives or ladles or whatever it is, but you're stuck with them and it's part of the set. But you can buy these individually. Again, they're not the cheapest, so you have to make a commitment there. But supposedly, if you look after these and you follow all of the instructions, you've got a good 5 years on your coating. So, oops, that's nice. That'll be 4 years on that one. So again, these ones, I'm not recommending them. I've just bought them. I've started using the larger frying pan and I've really enjoyed using it. There's been no issue. I've been following the instructions, not using it too hot. But again, the argument is that the non-stick coating is not as chemical free as they would have you believe. But then I don't believe that every chemical is not an issue. So it's more about all of the dangerous chemicals, if you like. So arguments on both sides. But what I did find, and I've got my notes to make sure I can remember this word, it's a couple of big chemicals that seem to be the issue. So the one that seems to be the issue, the Teflon, PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene, I believe. So this is a Teflon. It's not a new chemical, it's almost a century old. It's approved for use, but many people think that it can play a part in your health and not in a good way. So that seems to be the issue, and what it seems to be is if you heat things up high, overheating, so it can release toxins into the air, and if you inhale, then some people talk about Teflon flu. Now, I don't believe that's happened to me, but it's more for me about the flaking, and it's more about the little bits going into your food. I don't think that's something that anyone should actively bury their head towards. So if something's flaking out of the pans into your food, then it's not really the best idea. I also think if it's a chemical coating, and again, these are ceramic with a coating, so I've still not 100% solved my problem, then obviously coatings, if you're cooking something at a higher heat or you didn't realise that there was something within the coating that you're cooking with, that was my concern. It's really about ingesting things. So the way that they market these ones is that they say that it's now I think it's a Thermalon ceramic non-stick coating, and it's got no PFAs, and you get PFAs and you also get, there's another one as well, per and polyfluoro, I'll get this right, per and polyfluoroalkyl, I think. And these are substances that again can be ingested or eaten every time you are working with your pots and your pans. But I believe that these were actually removed from manufacture around about 2015. So even though they say that they're PFAS free, and a lot of the cooking implements and the products do across the ranges, not just this one, across all ranges, then that doesn't really mean anything if they're marketing that they're PFAS free, but it turns out that everything is free of PFAS. So that's confusing too. But apparently PFAS are called forever chemicals because when they are released, honestly, it says that they're there forever. So when they're out in the open, they are there for a long time. But then you read about, when you delve a bit deeper, don't know if it's the case now, because again, it looks as if they were removed definitely from your pots and your pans, but PFAS chemicals apparently were, not necessarily are, but again, you can advise me, they were in food packaging, they were obviously in your non-stick coating, they were even in some cosmetics. So when you read that, you think, geez, it's never ending. So you try to eliminate something, you try to make a healthy option, and then you realise that you're going down this massive rabbit hole and you don't actually know where to start or where to finish or what's good or what's recommended. So this is what I've gone with at the moment, but I'll put in the description box the ones that appear to be 100% ceramic. There's some websites where they actually do a yearly recommendation of their recommended cookware. Now they say toxin free. I know some people freak out at the word toxin, but all they really mean is choosing not to cook with chemicals that you would prefer not to cook with. That's all they mean. They're not trying to irritate or anger anyone. But the main recommendations that I'm finding is, regardless of what you choose to cook with, don't overheat your pots and pans. So don't get them to smoking point, although again, that's a confusion because sometimes you'll be following a recipe and they'll say you want to get it up to smoking point. Maybe it's like doing steaks or things like that, so that's confusing. Ventilate the rooms. Don't scuff your pans, because if you scuff them, then you're going to get the scratches and it's going to lead to the tiny little microparticles possibly being ingested. And other than that, I find it very confusing. I find it like a minefield. All I want to do is just pick a healthier option for pots and pans. Again, because I can't use or choose not to use the stainless steel, just again, I'm not sure about the allergies. So because I've got that nickel allergy, for me, it's something that I've just chosen not to look into. But I'd love to know what you choose, because I'll tell you something. The ones that you think you want, the ones that you think are the healthier option, expensive, very expensive. So please let me know your thoughts. I nearly said thoughts. And let me know your thoughts. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you use. And let me know if you've got any insight into this area. Maybe you've never thought about it. Maybe you're not interested. I don't mind you telling me, because we can't all be interested in the same things. Maybe it's something that you're now thinking, oh, I actually hadn't thought of that. I am really switched on to this area. But honestly, you need to win the lottery in order to really get yourself moving on to the best products that suit what you want to do. If you really want to go chemical free, then I will be playing the Euro Millions until I can win that money and then go for the healthiest option, because it will be about £500 or £600 minimum to replace the pots and pans. And I don't have that kind of money at the moment. So let me know what you do, what you cook with, or what you would buy if you could. I'd love to know. And other than that, we're back to the usual massage and relaxation soon. So have a great day, and I'll see you later.